You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hi, Bold and the Beautiful fans. I've got your 2-week spoilers for February 17th through the 28th. Hope is going to be pitching a fit, and Steffy is blown away. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt. If you're not following us, please click that subscribe button. Let's dive in. Monday, February 17th. We have got Hope storming into the design office on fire after Carter suggested they give back Forrester Creations and just say sorry. Hope is going to be raging at her mom, Brooke, this week that they cannot give in to Ridge and Steffy's demands. And by demands, I guess Hope means that they want back the company that was stolen from them. I think that's a pretty reasonable demand. Carter, meanwhile, is at a low point after Hope shrieked at him and ran out. He's literally got a broken heart in his hand. That gem that Carter had Elektra and Ivy make for Hope. And that's when Ridge arrives and, at a low point, tears in his eyes, all that. Carter's hurt, probably scared he's going to lose Hope if he gives back Forrester. And of course, Ridge is going to prod and provoke him, which he should, because Carter stole FC from him. Ridge and Carter's confrontation does not include that apology that Carter had suggested to Hope they make. Instead, Carter's going to push back and stand firm, I think at least until he figures out where Hope's head is at. Meanwhile, Steffy and Taylor talk about Brooke, and they feel her whole motivation is to get Ridge back. I mean, yeah, duh. That seems like wasted dialogue to me. Obviously, that's what she cares about. Tuesday, February 18th, with Carter under pressure from Hope to keeping Forrester under their control, the Forrester family looks for a way to escalate things to end this. Steffy, Ridge, and Eric strategize and come up with a plan to get Carter and Hope out of Forrester Creations once and for all. And I'm very curious if Daphne is part of this discussion. She's making, I think, significant headway with Carter. Wednesday, February 19th, Finn desperately wants to confess to Steffy that Luna is his daughter, but he is rightfully scared of the impact on his marriage given Steffy's near death at Luna's hands. Once again, Finn just can't find the words. Hope flips out again when Carter admits something to Hope. It seems to me Carter didn't really think long term, before he filed those LLC papers, before he started the coup. I think it was a momentary lapse. He was under pressure from Hope. He was trying to play hero for his girlfriend. He was feeling pouty about his big House of Forrester idea getting rejected. And I think he just lashed out and he wasn't thinking what happens beyond this point. We've all done it. We've all lost our tempers, but most of us haven't stolen companies while we were upset. And of course, now Carter regrets it, but Hope is not going to budge an inch. She still feels righteous indignation and that they did a good thing. And if he loses Forrester Creations, it is starting to look like he loses Hope. Thursday, February 20th, Liam confesses to Steffy that his life isn't going like he thought it would at this point. This is what happens when you are a major waffle boy, So Liam's all down in the dumps and he tells Steffy why he's singing the blues and she is going to be nice and make a kind gesture. Every time that Liam is being difficult and Steffy makes a kind gesture, though, I feel like Liam reads more into it than he should. But in this case, because there is a looming, cloud over their marriage, maybe he can leverage it. Finn talks to Poppy again, and of course she's back to begging and pleading that he keep Luna's paternity hidden. So far he has. It's been, how many episodes now? Friday, February 21st. Lee tells Poppy again that she's sorry for ever suspecting that she slept with Jack. And of course, Lee's little sister is feeling icky about this apology because what Poppy did by sleeping with Finn was a huge violation of trust, and she knows it. And Lee might think it's worse that Poppy slept with Finn than if Poppy had slept with Jack. And I don't even know. I'm trying to rate the scale of betrayal. It's not good. So Finn makes a decision. Is he too scared to tell, or does he finally man up? Will Liberty Bibberty drop the bombshell? In the promo for the week, Finn says to Steffy that there's something he has to tell her as she's looking very uneasy, and he tells her it's something you're not going to want to hear. So we don't know if that's from Wednesday or Friday, and if he finally mans up, but it is coming out. Remy is back on Friday. He is out of jail from whatever he was charged with, and he clearly doesn't have an ankle monitor because he pops up in a couple of places. One is at the Spencer Mansion, where he meets Bill's felon roommate, Luna. She thinks he's the HVAC guy there to fix the cooling, and Remy seems to recognize her. Now, I wonder if he Googled who killed Tom and Hollis out of curiosity because their photos are up at the restaurant, and maybe he saw her mugshot because Finn was looking at an article about her the other day. So they did a little setup for that, showed it on his computer screen, and maybe Remy saw it too. And speaking of his job, Remy appeals to Deacon to please give him his job back at Il Giardino. I'm guessing he missed a few shifts while being fingerprinted and prosecuted for being an all-around creep, but I tend to think Deacon might cut him a break. I mean, he and Sheila both have more than one mugshot of their own. They should sympathize. The week of February 24th through the 28th. By the way, February sweeps ends on Wednesday the 26th, so we expect big crescendo action as front burner plots hit their explosive points. Steffy should finally learn that she's got a secret stepdaughter with Finn, thanks to his college one-night stand with Aunt Poppy. I can only imagine Steffy's going to be gobsmacked, heartbroken, in disbelief, and just left reeling. Bad enough that Finn's cousin tried to kill her. Now Steffy finds out, oh no, that was actually Finn's daughter. And once he tells Steffy word of this icky development, obviously it's going to spread. It sends shockwaves through the Forresters, the Logans, the Finnegans, and the Sharps. Taylor's going to be horrified and may want Steffy in therapy to cope with this new trauma. Taylor was hinting last week that maybe Steffy hadn't really processed all that happened to her. Finn wants to reassure Steffy that he'll always protect her, but we know that he's going to want to talk to his daughter and get a read on if she's a lost cause or not. And Finn is sick with guilt about Luna, so this is ground zero for a marriage disaster. Poppy may want to look into one-way tickets out of Los Angeles to somewhere her big sister Lee can't find her. Maybe a remote corner of Alaska. You know, Poppy is in trouble and she's about to be public enemy number one. And of course, the crash and burn of the coup is the other big climax to February sweeps. With Brooke laying guilt on Carter and Daphne telling him to be the better man she knows he can be, Carter may well crack and end the LLC despite Hope's temper tantrum and the risk of losing her. I do expect the Forresters could be back in control of their company by the end of the month. Fingers crossed, we'll see. But I don't think that even that happening and Ridge and Steffy getting their CEO seats back is going to equate to Ridge forgiving Brooke or reuniting with her. That is a much longer term mess.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.